Some call him a drama queen and some call him a dynamite. Some call him charmingly witty, while some call him hungry for publicity. Whatever he may be, he is definitely not what you think he is. We are privileged to have Karan Johar as our first guest tonight on Starry Nights. He's a true Gemini. You get two for the price of one, and we couldn't get luckier. Welcome, Karan. Welcome on the show.
Thanks, Komal.
What exactly are you?
Gemini, like you said, you do get two for the price of one. Geminis have this split, as you say, they have two faces and they have a split personality. One of me can project, one of me can hide. And I think that's what I personally mean when I mean I'm like two people. Because one is the face you put on when you leave your house and home, because you're being yourself in the outside world. The other is the part that you keep just reserved for yourself. Your emotions, your fears, your insecurities, all of that. So yeah, you're right when you say I'm a true Gemini.
But tell me, successful people, or rather super successful people like you, also need to have two personalities. I think you can get away with anything.
Not at all. It's important in most of our, I would say, exceptionally artificial surrounding that you go and join the gang. You can't beat them, you join them. I mean, you can't go around pretending to be real and honest in an industry or an environment that is so not. So you do what you do. When in Rome, you do what the Romans do, literally. So I always say, like, I go to a preview or a screening and I lie. I don't tell the truth. I don't want to. A day before the release, what are they going to change? It would be detrimental to upset them, to hurt them. So you walk out and you give that hug, and sometimes you linger because you don't know what else to say. So you kind of just go and just hug that person.
And then best good.
And then you come and you just give that and look and walk off. And that could mean anything, Or the word I use is that I'm speechless, because sometimes you really are. Because it's so bad that you're speechless. So I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. And but all the best.
Tell me, when you're so good at all this, when it's a preview show of your film, do you try to gauge the real report according to the
of course
hug,
you can tell in the body language when somebody has liked your film, loved your film, or is completely just being, the ones who tap you and say best of luck are the ones who have hated it, for a fact. And I remember this is something that I learned long time in my life. Ashutosh Gavarekar, it was the year of Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. Lagan released on that year, and it was a celebrated, a victorious film. There was also the year of Dil Chahta Hai, the year of Chandni Baad, the year of Gaddar. It was a very defining year in Hindi cinema. And I was vulnerable by that time, though I had a big multi-star cast film. It was a 51 crore budget film, which is equivalent to God knows how much, 150 possibly.
And 51 crore, yes.
Yes, in 2001.
Yes.
So it was humongous, the expectation, the fear, the anxiety, the insecurity that we would make that money back. Any which way. Trials of the film had started, Wednesday, Thursday, the days before Friday, and people were watching the film, and we were getting all that reaction and everything else. And that was the year of Lagan, and everybody had woken up to Ashutosh Gavarekar. I was leaving Film City from a screening, and my phone rang, and I knew Manmohan Shetty had a screening elsewhere, where I believe he had called a few people. So I picked up the phone with a great amount of excitement, because I saw Ashutosh Gavarekar flashing.
Wow.
So I was like, he's seen the movie, he must have. So he called, he said, Karan, where are you? So I said, hi, I'm just leaving Film City. He's saying, I just saw your film at Manji's trial, Manmohan Shetty's trial. I said, yeah. He's saying, I didn't like it at all.
He actually said
so I thought the earth below me would open up and I would jump right in. Yeah. I said, you didn't like it? He said, not at all. I was like, I said, nothing worked for you. No. He's saying, I was so disappointed. I loved your first film, but this one had no story, and I wish you all the best. I said, maybe the screenplay, that didn't work for me. So I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I think I'm going to I thought I was going to collapse. And I said that this is now something that I realized that I would not do to another vulnerable filmmaker.
Yes.
But it was to Ashutosh's credit, and I have to say this, 4 weeks later, I was in Goa. I got a call and he's like, Karan, I have to say I'm proved completely wrong. Your film is a thunderous success, and I'm really sorry I didn't catch it. What people have. And then I told him, I said, Ashutosh, don't do this to a filmmaker. Because again, we went to see another film and we were standing in line.
You and Ashutosh together?
Yeah, and that film was really bad. You know what happens in trial shows? When you come in line to wish the filmmaker, it's either Shadi ka reception or it's a chautha. There are two things. Because in a Shadi ka reception, you're happy. You're wishing. A chautha, you're somber and wishing. And I was right behind Ashutosh in line. So I said, I kept pitching. I said, Ashutosh, lie. Lie, don't say, because I'm right behind you. He couldn't do it. he hugged, he said two things that were politically incorrect. And by the time my turn had come in the Chautha Ka line, I have overcompensated. I have hugged that filmmaker and I said, what a film, how beautiful I've got. Because I was feeling so bad
that he had done
I was not only lying on my behalf, I was overcompensating for him. Finally, I caught her and I said, you have to start lying. At the end of it, you cannot tell people the truth.
Has he mastered the art now?
I hope, yes. Ashu and I are really dear friends. I mean, we chat all the time. I have a great amount of regard for him as a human being and as a filmmaker. But this is the one thing I remember we decided. So when you say, do you put up? No, you don't. When you leave your house, you're being artificial, you're being fake, sometimes hypocritical, sometimes you're overcompensating, sometimes you're lying. It's when you shut the lights off at night, right before, is the time that you wake up and the time that you sleep are, according to me, in the world of celebrityhood, the two most honest moments of your day. The rest in between, we're living a life that is not us. We're play acting. For us, our cameras never really go off. It's the way it is.
When you know that the industry is full of hypocrites, is it right to say that you have no true friends, no genuine friends?
Of course I do. There are some very strong relationships. We have moments of honesty between each other. I'm privileged to have some very
No, by you,
strong
I mean
bonds.
in general. People don't have...
I don't know about other people, but I invest a lot of time into my dynamics and relationships. But I feel like actors, by and large, I feel are lonely people. Either they have like their agents, publicists, designers, and they have one or two perhaps, people who tell them the truth. Otherwise, all actors have 20 people on speed dial who say all the same things to them.
Is there any actor you would absolutely not hesitate in speaking the truth to?
Amir Khan.
Okay.
Yeah. The only one who I believe you can talk to and he will actually want to know the truth.
Is it because he's super successful, all his films are on a roll, he's on a roll, or otherwise also?
No, he's intelligent and that's so rare. To me, Amir Khan is the ISI's trademark of credibility, of logic, sensibility and brilliance.
Don't you find it taxing to do so many things? You do television, you do films, you socialize, you attend parties. You are there everywhere. You're there for chauthas and you're there for wedding receptions.
Yeah, thanks. You made me sound like the most available unemployed human being on the face of this earth. Thank you for calling me and absolutely insulting me on your show. You made me sound like aloo. They say no, aloo is kisi bhi cheez mein dal do, it fits in. Sabzi mein dal do, mutton mein dal do, chicken mein dal do.
But this aloo is a very desirable aloo. Everybody wants to have this aloo.
All over the place. No, look, I say you don't have a spouse, you don't have kids, you have those many hours to give to your life. I love my work. I am not going to say that anything else motivates me or I'm passionate about other than my work. My work is my life. It's my big priority. I have, as I said, my two priorities are dharma and my ma. And these are my two. There's nothing else I have in my life I'm not accountable for. And I love the life I lead. I feel, where else can you sing, dance, laugh and cry and still be at work? We are so privileged to make movies.
I agree.
And I'm privileged to be in a position that allows me to make movies, to helm movies, to nurture movies, to direct them myself. I love everything. And I love being on TV. I love the glamour of it. I love hair, makeup, facing camera. I'm unapologetic about it. I love to walk a red carpet. I have no problem. I don't mind the paparazzis hiding in the bushes. They should. And that's why one should always be ready with our dark glasses. You never know when you'll be photographed. Even at a chautha, you must have your look in point because you will make it to Pink Villa and they will analyze your costume and you must look good. So more power to Sonam Kapoor who enforced fashion in film. And it's your job. I mean, this is show business, for crying out loud. Please don't try to be hiding behind closed doors and pretending that you're above it all. You're not. I hate people who feel apologetic about saying that they like to be in front of cameras or because they all want to be.
They all want to be.
Everybody wants to win awards. Everybody wants to sashay on red carpets. Everybody wants importance on front rows of ceremonies or events. Why don't you just say it, dude? It's simple enough. I love it. This is why one of the big reasons I got here. I love the arc light. Why shun it when you want it?
There's no director quite like you, who is a director and who is also no less than a star.
Thank you. Yeah, I agree.
So this was...
What do I say?
This was a conscious growth or...
the thing is that at one point I stopped caring because at one point I started believing that I think that my demeanor is actually taking away from the fact that people actually consider me a filmmaker of relevance. Like if you notice, they'll talk about Raju Hirani and they'll talk about Sanjay Bansali, but I'm like that bhand, who's like dancing on the reality show, dancing, pottering around, opposing, pleading, pouting.
Judging.
So how can judging? You can't take him seriously. Like he can't make a good film because he pouts in selfies. I mean, that's the reason why you judge me. Then you have a problem with your sense of judgment.
Exactly.
I have tremendous regard for Raju Hirani, for Zoya Akhtar, for Sanjay Bansali. They're not me. They laugh at me. Like Zoya Akhtar will look at me and she's saying, how are you doing all these things? Or Raju says, how do you land up? I love it. I do it. I feel that eventually judge me for my repertoire of work after 2 decades.
Yeah.
Look
Because
at
there
my
is a
work
life
then.
beyond your work also.
And no matter what I do, Komal, there will be a certain intellectual audience that will not look at me seriously because of how I projected myself in my personal life. It's other critics who can actually cut through that crap and actually see that my soul is unshaken, even if my outwardly appearance is whatever it is. You know, I am a devil. I do wear Prada. It doesn't mean that my heart and soul is compromised.
Correct. Exactly. But besides films, what is it that interests you?
I don't know. I can't answer that. I really don't know if I have anything else.
And as a kid, when you were a kid?
Shopping. I think I'm a compulsive shopper. Two things that I love that gives me my biggest turn on, and my life orgasm is in a shop. I mean, you know, it's like that's what happens. I'm excited in a shop. Something happens to me. When I go out of the country and I shop, it's my therapy. I love my walks, my solitude, my time spent to myself, my thoughts, just myself alone. Like, because I feel like you are lonely in a crowd sometimes, you know, and even you seek that loneliness, but on your own terms. And I love that time spent on myself. And I love shops. I mean, as frivolous and as idiotic as this may sound, I'm a compulsive shopper. Whether it's online, offline, in a shop, I need to buy things. I buy 2 of the same thing sometimes because I forget I've already bought it. You know, I repeat, on my set, I don't care what the actors are wearing. I'm very concerned with my look. You know, I don't care.
Although you're behind the camera.
Yeah, and even though no one's looking at me perhaps, but I'm very interested in my looking for the outdoor. I set my look before theirs. That is more important to me. And I love the fact that, you know, I want to do that. I have a shoe fetish. I have a whole wardrobe which has about 250 shoes at the moment, and that keeps changing and circulating. I love it. I just love owning things. I love spending my money on shopping. I'm not somebody who has bad habits. I'm not a smoker, drinker, drug abuser. I don't do any of that. For me, I'm not like any of that. For me, my indulgence is my shopping. So once my CEO, Apurva, told me, he said, can you start doing those things? Those are cheaper.
You miss a wife in your life?
No. I don't miss a spouse. I miss a relationship. I'm not so sure I miss somebody who I need to go through the beats of conforming to society, getting married. It's not who I am. No. And now at the age 44, I don't miss anyone. Like now, I used to at one point think that I miss a relationship. I've been burnt twice in my life with love, and I think Edil Mushkil was more an ode to my personal emotions and to my feeling of unrequited love that I've been through in my life twice very strongly.
Oh, and nobody knows this.
And I feel like post that, and Edil for me was a very internal feeling. Like there are situations in film that have happened to me. You know, I've actually attended the wedding of someone I was in love with, and it was heartbreaking. And there is a situation in Edil, like you all have seen, which resonated with my life. There are dialogues, thoughts, energies into that film. For me, it's an immensely personal film. And when I wrote it, it came very easily to me because it draws from my life. But I feel there's a reservoir we all have for love in our hearts, and mine is exhausted. I want to be completely the owner of my own day and life from here. I only want to be accountable to my company and to my mother.
But never say never. Karan, you said I'm already 44. At 50, the whole world is hunting for a spouse for Salman Khan. So never say never.
And I would tell Salman myself that, you know, get yourself a child perhaps, because who wouldn't want that amazing genetic pool to go ahead? But it's not necessarily, these days there are so many ways of actually owning a part of your life through adoption, and now there's of course so much talk about every other form. But I just feel that Salman, it would be lovely to have a Salman Khan child in the universe.
Actually, years back you had mentioned that marriage, Komal, not at all, but probably a child, yes. Have you thought about it more?
That thought crosses my mind, but I think parenting is a tremendous responsibility. Bringing a life into this world and universe is a huge responsibility. I knew I was going to be a filmmaker. I have to know that I'm now ready to be a parent, because I know the contribution of my parents to my life.
Your life.
And I know how I've seen others perhaps sometimes fail at it. I don't want to be a failure as a parent, even if I'm a failure as a filmmaker.
Coming to your relationship with your stars, as I said in the beginning, you have worked with almost every top star of the country. How is it that you maintain such cordial relations with everybody?
It takes time and it takes intention. That's it. There are 2 things that I've always said are the only thing that you require to nurture relationships. My father told me at a young age that people need people. Simple theory. You are no one on your own. You need people to survive, to live, to be supported by. You need people. And for you to need people, they must also feel enough for you, for that you have to give them that time. So I give time to all my relationships, and my intention is never coming from a space of manipulation, of scheming, or opportunism. It's always, my intention is to just be there for the person selflessly. Whenever I've been through turbulence in my life, sometimes professionally, sometimes personally, I've got a lot of strength and support, Komal. And that's why I feel like I know I've leveraged that support and love, and I must give that back in abundance. So when somebody I know who's touched my life in some way calls me, messages me, asks me for something, I'll go out of my way to do it. Some things are not in my capacity, but I know I will give it my 100%. So therefore, I'm blessed to have some really solid dynamics in my life. And it's not easy, because relationships is all about giving and taking. It's not just about taking or not just about giving. There is an equal, I would say, intention at both ends.
Karan, I'm actually dying to know the one who initiated you into this industry, Aditya Chopra. He and you seem to be poles apart. He's so media shy, you're so media savvy. He wouldn't want to entertain the press. You are forever willing to talk to the press, befriend the press people. So what does he think about all this?
He's given up.
Oh, really?
Completely. He's given up on me. He was one of the few people who initially tried to tell me, why are you doing a talk show? Why are you doing this? At one point, he just gave up, because I was all over the place after a point, and he was like, I can't handle it anymore. He's like, you annoy me, you irritate me, you unnerve me. He says, I can't handle it, and it's working for you, you do what you want. Like yesterday, he called me, and I was driving towards, it's been a crazy zone. I have a release coming up soon, a film that I'm producing, and I'm in the thick of it right now. And I was going to shoot a reality show at that time. So he says, in the middle of all this, you're shooting a reality show? He said, you have no shame? He said, I can't talk to you anymore, and he's banged the phone down. Then I called him up 6 hours later. I said, are you actually got angry with me? He said, I'm fed up of you. He said, what are you doing? He said, I can't escape you. I'm opening a magazine, you're on the cover. I'm staring at the hoarding in front of me. In Juhu, where I stay, the first time I stared at your mug all the time, with that coffee mug in your hand. He's saying, I want to just, can you just not be all over the place? I have a problem. So we have he's the only person who can scream at me, shout at me, reprimand me, fire me. Like, he screams at me. I feel like I become like a quiet, like the only person who, my mom has never screamed at me in my life. My dad, God bless him, never ever raised his voice. But Aditya Chopra screams at me. Like he said, and that too, it'll fester, and one day he'll just explode. And then I'm just sitting in his office cabin like one of those, like a student is being called into the principal's cabin. Like every time I'm summoned to Yash Raj films.
There's something serious.
I'm like, so he's like, and I'm saying all the politely how he talks to me. If I had to really record to you what all he says to me, you will be like,
But you never tried to change him and make him the way you are?
I love him unabashedly, Komal. Like, he is, what do I say? He's my conscience. He's my parent. He's my sibling. He's everything. Nobody else is allowed to talk to me in that way, because he is the one who made me. I'm here because of him. If he told me to leave everything and just be with him for the rest of his life professionally, I would do it. I owe my entire career to Aditya Chopra. How can you ever forget? Gratitude, when not acknowledged, is the worst thing you can do. People go to temples and pray and are religious, and they forget the basic emotion of gratitude. Today, I'm here because of Yash Raj Films and Aditya Chopra, and there is no other reason why I make movies.
Coming to the social media platforms, you seem to be like you are busy. Otherwise, you're also very busy and active on the social media platforms.
See, it's a two-way street, friend. You use it and they abuse you. So sometimes you wonder why you're using it, because all you're doing is abusing
Don't you lose your cool when you're abused or trolled?
See, I have nearly 9 to 10 million followers right now on Twitter. Out of those, I think 8 million love you, 1 million hate you. They're following you to abuse you. Now, should I now deride this platform because of those 1 million?
Because they've given you 8 million.
Or applaud that for those 8 million who actually love you and whose lives you've touched. There are two sides, so why should I? Yes, they troll you. It's very abusive. My timeline can be very abusive. They abuse you. Some people, I believe, even hire trollers, sometimes to troll you. That also one has heard. Who has that time in life, I don't know, but people seem to have that kind of time.
Could it be from within the industry?
Of course. Apne hi paraye ho jate hain kabhi-kabhi. It's the way it is. It's the way it is. Your own backdoor neighbor could want to stab you in your back sometimes, and you have to be aware of it.
But Karan Johar would never play such a game.
No, I have no interest. I don't have that. I'm very interested in my own life. मैं अपना देखूं या कहीं और देखूं? I mean, the thing is, I should want to get better in my zone, in my area of expertise, and I must acknowledge the brilliance of another filmmaker so that my work gets better.
Very true. Very true. But there are not many like you in this industry.
Thank God. then why would you be appreciative of me? The moment there are 20 others like you, then you don't stand out.
Correct.
You know, and it's important to stand out. We're in the business of standing out. If I refuse to blend in a crowd, Komal. That's not what I want to do. I was not here to walk with 3 million people in the same
You have to be the leader. You have to lead.
No, even I lead.
At least you have to stand out.
If I don't lead, I may not lead, which I'm not the leader. There are people more powerful, stronger, and better than me. But at least where I stand, nobody stands with me. And I think that is the only thing that I want to hold on to, is my solitude and my difference. I don't want to be number one. I don't chase that. And I'm telling you, I'm not the number one filmmaker in this country. Raju Hirani is. If there is a number, you should never put a number to a filmmaker.
But if
I had to say who's the most brilliant filmmaker, Raju Hirani. Who's the best actor? There are several. You know, there are several, but there's one big solid filmmaker. If I was an actor, I would bend backwards to work with Raju Hirani. When Ranbir called me, we had some adjustments we had to do because he was in Ayan Mukherjee's film. I'm like, stop it. Ranbir has to do Raju Hirani's film first, because that
even if it meant delaying your own film.
Yes, why?
Fantastic.
I said, because he's a humongous filmmaker. Let's become intelligent. If that film comes before us, won't we gain? So you must know he must work with Raju Hirani.
And knowing you, even if he don't gain, but he must do that film because he's the best filmmaker.
And Ranbir is not a talent I manage. I'm not his manager. I'm his friend. But I want him to do it. I said, Raju Hirani, don't even hear the script. Land up on the set. Report. That's all you need to do in a film with him.
Karan, we have a round of rapid fire questions for you. These are just yes or no. No reasons, no explanations. Have you felt insecure about your friendship with the actors?
Yes.
Have you slept in a cinema hall ever?
Yes.
Have you lied to your mom very recently?
Yes.
Everything is yes. Have you ever wanted to quit Bollywood?
No.
Now these are one-word answers. What makes Karan Johar say "Kuch Kuch Hota Hai"?
What makes Karan say "Kuch Kuch Hota Hai"? I don't know. I think hope makes me say it, because I hope that every film I make crosses that milestone. Karan the dancer or Karan the costume designer as a backup profession? Oh God. Costumes. Dancing is collateral damage. Varun or Siddharth Malhotra? No, I can't answer that. How do you choose between your children? You don't. You have to. No, I can't. I can't. You don't choose between your children. You just don't. SRK or Ranbir? SRK. Only because, I mean, I have to say, because we have like, Ranbir and I have a journey that's just about to begin. SRK and I have lived too long a journey. Kajol or Alia? Alia. Kajol and you have also lived a long journey. Doesn't matter. Some journeys are best forgotten. Love is? Trust. Marriage is? Inconsequential. Now what if? What if Kuch Kuch Hota Hai had flopped? I would have been a costume designer. What if Shah Rukh Khan had refused to do Kuch Kuch Hota Hai? I would not have a career. What if you were a choreographer? I would have been very good at it. What if you were an engineer? I would have died. What if you were Lalu Prasad Yadav? I would remain silent. What if you were a Hollywood director? I would be bored. What if you were 20 today? I would be soulless. What if you were Rajinikanth? I would be proud as proud can be. And what if you were born in 2020? How sad that I would have missed this beautiful life I have. And we would have missed the films that you have made. That would be sadder still. Karan, thank you so much for being on the show. It was a pleasure as always talking to you. Thank you. Thank you for having me, Komal, and I wish you all the best for the endeavors ahead of you. And we've got a small token of our appreciation, a certificate if we can call it that. But does everybody get this certificate? No, everybody gets what is best to describe. This is yours. Tumne kar dikhaya. Tumne kar dikhaya. Wakai mein kar dikhaya in many more ways than one. Thank you so much. Thank you, K. Actually, one gets awards and hampers and all that is great fun, but we've never got a certificate at the end of it. So we've got a certificate for you and we've got a small little hamper for you also. Yes. Oh God, Komal, I'm so touched. Thank you. And here's a small little hamper. That's very kind. Thank you, Komal. Thank you. That's very kind. My God, that's lovely. I didn't come expecting any presents. I go back receiving gifts. Thank you so much. Thank you, Komal. Thank you. And I wish you all the best. Thank you. Thank you. वाह वाह कनीज की आजू बड़ी सारी खुद अपना मेकअप दे जा रहा है मैं रेडी बैठा हूँ Are you ready, ऐश्वर्या? बस ready है ना? We'll go in one go only ना? You're not taking a break to do a dance ना? You're not rolling all this rubbish. I'll sue everyone. I'll say I was more off.